Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. For those that haven't seen the Sarcasm City Sports Q&As before, the audience, you know what I'm saying? The wonderful audience, the Sarcasm citizens in the comment section, you run this show, people. So get your sporting questions in, please, people. Of course, members take priority as well. So if you are a member of the channel, link for the membership is in the pinned comment. Your comment takes priority like a super chat. So I will start your question if you are a member, and I will definitely get to it. Of course, if you super chat, I'll get to it as well. Please make sure you hit the like button on the video. Vitally important you do that. Share this across all the socials, and on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. Summer window is still, well, obviously the summer window still ongoing, of course, but more news, more rumors. Obviously Mohammed Kudus linked to Manchester United, Chelsea and Arsenal. I know he was linked to Chelsea earlier on in the window, but Manchester United and Arsenal links are new. Sadio Mane is over now in Saudi Arabia with is now over in Saudi Arabia with Cristiano Ronaldo's team. And of course, the big fight tomorrow as well, people. Huge pound for pound for me. This is for the pound for pound title. You know what I'm saying? Spence versus Crawford. We'll be doing a big fights, big nights only preview tonight, 2 a.m. on the Twitch as well. And you'll also get the recap Saturday night as well. If you large up Jez in the cut, what are you telling me, Jez? You good? Yo, Jez, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. What's up?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
there. Yeah. What's
What
that?
you say, man? Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm good. I'm good. You blessing everything, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, man.
Chilling.
Thoughts on this Kudus deal? Because obviously I know you know a lot about him. So your thoughts on this? Where do you think's best for him? Where do you think he does indeed end up? Does he stay or does he stay at Ajax? What's your thoughts?
I think the best move is Arsenal.
Okay.
The where I think he ends up is at Chelsea.
Okay, why? Go on. So all right, we'll start
I
with the
think
first one. Why
I
do you
think
think the best moves why do you think the best move is Arsenal?
I think they are just more in a. Ateta knows what they are doing, and they know the
Mm-hmm.
idea. I can already I can imagine better where he fits immediately than when he goes to United or if he goes to Chelsea, especially Chelsea. Well, like I feel like Chelsea is just a mess, and like they need to still figure out who's even gonna be like that squad depth, who's gonna be the starters. Like, yeah, I think they're a mess personally. But yeah, I think Arsenal's just the best thing because he can play the role that Havertz is supposed to play, and he can actually naturally play that role. And he
Mm-hmm.
can also
Mm-hmm.
play right wing, but I don't think he will be a starter there. But I think he will be a squad player. But for Arsenal, considering the lack goals as well, I think him being another option for them to score goal off the bench. I think in with him being also versatile,
Mm-hmm.
very good. I think.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. So you think Arsenal's the best? Like, so why do you think he ends up at Chelsea?
I think just that Chelsea's just going to pay the money. And apparently,
Okay.
personal terms are also close as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, first. And your thoughts? Actually, we'll go to the second thing in the title, Sadio Mane ending up in Saudi Arabia again, Bundesliga league. You know very well. You surprised about it, or is it not shocking that he's made the move? Bear in mind, I think people expected more from him when he's been at Bayern Munich. Well, when he was
Nah,
going to Bayern Munich. Go on.
definitely you can definitely say you should have expected more from him because it's not
Mm-hmm.
like he didn't have anything in him after he left Liverpool. And it started off well, but it was just collapsing as the season was going on, and to the point where allegedly he was punching up Sana after the Champions League game against City,
I remember hearing
and
about that.
yeah, and apparently that was a big reason why they didn't want him no more because Bayern, not Bayern, even just Bundesliga in general, they are very in terms of just certain things, they're just very strict. Like I mean, even for example, Dortmund nearly signed a, but Dortmund signed a player, but it there was risk of the signing not happening because of like a comic that was suggesting that the player is homophobic, and that was a big issue with the
Wait,
fan base.
wait, 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 wait. What? Say that
Yeah,
again. Run
so
that by me again.
Dortmund nearly couldn't maybe sign a player because there's a history of a play of that player. Obviously, we signed him, but the history of the player is that he was blind to like a message on IG live, and not IG live on Insta story, and that message sounded like he might be homophobic in it. And in Germany, especially a lot of clubs, especially Dortmund, they have all like a very strict, high strict, anti-homophobic kind of rules in it. So this is one of the examples in it. Obviously, we still signed him because he said it wasn't really meant to be sounding like that, as if he was homophobic. But still, Germans are just very strict and living in the country as well. I'm not even surprised, to be honest. So, but now him going to Saudi, I mean, he's just getting his money, and then yeah, I mean, he's 32, so I don't really care. I don't think it's even that big of news, to be honest. I think Verratti's still. I mean, Verratti's still going to Saudi. It's more of a talking point for me personally, but I mean, but then again, the way I view Verratti as a player and how his career has went, I'm not surprised that Verratti went to Saudi.
Oh, that's okay. That's fair. That's fair. Big up to Stephanie G in the cut as well. Yes, Drizzy does. When you asked this question, Jez was talking about Kudus as well. Big up to Gavin Clark and big up to Emma who says, "What's up, uglies?" Hey, speak for yourself. I ain't ugly. I don't know what you talking about, Emma. Like, let's not do that. I'm far from that. Yes, Victor, what you telling me, family? You good?
Yeah, I am good.
You're good, right? What happened? What you not happy about?
No, I'm not ugly. I'm talking about what Emma said.
Oh, right. Yeah. I don't know what Emma's on in that, Emma. Like, Emma, we don't do that over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you...
Yeah, I don't know about Jez yet, but I'll go.
Nah, Jez just looks like... Nah, Jez just look... You know what? Jez just looks how he sounds like as a troll. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jez got those faces. Like, he's definitely like... He trolls you in real life.
I'm only messing Jez, man.
Yeah, 100%. But hey, you lot continue in the chat to get your questions in, people. Of course, members, this... Obviously, Q&A is in particular, well, all Q&A, sorry, members, like I've stated before, your comments take priority like a super chat. And there is a members Q&A on the Twitch for the Sarcasm City Soldiers and higher. So if you're a Sarcasm City Soldier or a Sarcasm City General and you want to come over to and you want to join that Q&A, which is exactly like this, but instead of the regular panelists, it's members. So just send me a message and let me know. But I reached out to everybody anyway. And that being said, another thing about members, if you're a member of any level, there is now a group chat on the Instagram. So if you want to join that, just follow Sarcasm City TV Instagram and I'll add you to the group chat. I did the vast majority of people I could find from the list, but if I missed you, please let me know. And just it seems it's all about you today, so we'll go to you because something else, you know what I'm saying, that you know a lot about. Harry Kane, again, being linked to Bayern Munich, so it's got the Bundesliga link. Obviously, we know you know a lot about German football, and Harry Kane plays for the English team you support. So your thoughts on that?
So apparently there was supposed to be a meeting today to kind of hurry up the deal because they don't want us to play the Shakhtar. They don't want Harry Kane to play the Shakhtar game, which is next week on Sunday, I think. They want to make sure he's already announced as a Bayern player by then. So
wait. What? Say that again. Really? I didn't know this.
Yeah, we're playing Shakhtar next week on the weekend, but they want to make sure that he's already a Bayern player by then. So I think the plan was to come in today to London to have a meeting with Levy to understand and get a full idea now what really it takes to get him in. Obviously, in Levy, we scheduled the meeting to Monday now, so we will see on Monday. Monday we should know development if the move to Bayern happens or not. But Monday we should know, I think. And I think if let's say on Monday they don't seem to come eye to eye with it, then obviously I think Bayern just walk away. But then I see PSG then coming in because PSG, they know that Kane doesn't want to move to Paris at all because Bayern is still there. But if Bayern go completely away from the move, maybe PSG are then willing to come in for Kane because obviously they could be selling Mbappe as well. So, and they got the money as well. And I mean, apparently, I think it was Matt Lowe reported as well. He's saying that Levy was ready to accept the bid from PSG because PSG wanted him drastically, but Kane doesn't want to move at all to Paris. So we just have to wait till Monday, to be honest. But if there's as long as the deal is serious from Bayern, where Levy has to think about it, I think he could move to Bayern. And personally, like I said already, I'm happy to let him go as well. I mean, I saw the first two preseason games, and I'm just saying in terms of like the way we were trying to play football. I think Richarlison, for example, as a profile was just better in terms of how we wanted to play, personally. Not that Kane couldn't do things that he would like to do, but just certain things that I felt like if he was if we had a different type of profile of a striker there who can just push a backline back in terms of like when running at them, for example, just simple things that work in the channels and does. So I feel like
I get what you're
I
saying.
feel like the manager, and it's also unfair to the manager, to be honest, because teams chaos saying how he wants the situation to be sorted, knowing if Kane stays or not, because he will have to change his approaches as well. Because if Kane stays, he will have to definitely change his approach of how to get the best out of Kane as well. So, I mean, we have to wait till Monday, to be honest. I'll just be chilling. So yeah, I did see that apparently Bayern are willing to pay £80 million, whatever this is with add-ons or without the
Gotta be
add-ons.
with
Nobody
add-ons.
knows.
You lot don't accept that. Just AEM.
This is what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Like I said, I think there will be add-ons. I said already, £80 million plus we're pushing the add-ons that go to 95 to 100 to make it £100 million, including the add-ons in there. Yeah, I would be fine with the deal personally. And also, it was just reported as well that we want one of their players, Matthias Tell, who's like a young French striker, like 17, 18. And we are interested to get in a deal. If you want Kane, so if they want to have Harry Kane, that maybe Levy is trying to negotiate a deal where we can have it in exchange, a permanent deal for Matthias Tell, which I think is a very good deal if he can get it done, because I think he fits this modern day striker, young, fast. I think he's tall as well. I think he's tall as well, and I think he's well highly technical as well. So there will be a completely different type of striker that we have seen compared to what we've seen Harry Kane. So no, I hope this is the best case. And best case scenario for me is we sell Kane, we get Matthias Tell on a permanent, and then everybody's happy.
All right, first. Big up Ryan in the cut as well. What you saying, Ryan? You good?
Yeah, good man. How are you?
Yeah, man. Oh, bless you. Already know. Large up to Dennis, who says big up Flawless, has just been busy with work and life. Man, no worries, Dennis. It's all good, man. It happens to us all. So, it's question to the panel: where is Mohammed Kudus going? Arsenal or Chelsea? Well, Jez already answered this. He thinks he ends up at Chelsea. We'll go to you on this, Victor. Kudus, where do you stand? Do you want him at your club? Are you against it? Do you think you get him, etc.? What are you saying?
Yeah, of course I want him. He's a very good player. And he also gives us a different. Yeah, of course. Though. Attacking
Yeah,
great.
true.
Still
Yeah,
stinks.
that's facts. Yeah, that's true. That's
So,
true. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, I'm not totally against it, but like, yeah, I'll honestly take him. I do hope it comes to us. I think I heard something about personal terms that being agreed, something along those lines.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm not
said
sure.
that, yeah. Honestly, said
Yeah,
that.
so also said personal terms already been agreed, so she's to pay the fee. So I do think it comes to us. I know obviously Arsenal right now sounds like a better project because obviously they were title challenges last year, but maybe most players want to build from like where. Sorry, I was watching it from. Kind of want to start from the bottom and go up, kind of thing. So yeah, and also Chelsea is still like a big name, even though it finished 12th, like still like the biggest team in London. So name alone probably would help us.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes Chelsea, just because you want just pay the money in it. And I think Arsenal are currently not that desperate to get a player in unless they make sales. But I did say as well before you go comment that I think the best fit for him is definitely Arsenal. I think Chelsea can definitely be a good signing for, but at the same time, I think it's going to be a situation where Chelsea could be misused in terms of his actual abilities and what he can do, and how he gets used personally. Where I think in Arsenal, I think there's just the way Arteta plays. I can already imagine more how he fits and how he can actually function in their system compared to a Poch system. Personally,
honestly, it depends on how Poch wants to play, really. So we don't really like. Obviously, there's preseason, so kind of have an idea, but like. He could change it up for Premier League start the Premier League season. So he obviously has a I don't want to say like an Arsenal thing, but he has a plan for it. Or just don't know what it is, yeah.
No, that's fair. What are you saying about it, Ryan? Where do you think he ends up? Because he's been linked to Arsenal, been linked to Chelsea, been linked to.
I think he goes Chelsea, innit? I don't think he ends up at United. I don't think, because I think United are going for like other players. I don't think.
He's never linked to United.
He got there was a couple of links today with him in United, but I just don't think he goes there in it. Probably
Yeah,
because
we're
of the
looking-
Nah,
Ten
he's been,
Hag
nah, he's
connection.
been, he's been linked with,
He's been linked
with United. It's just that
Yeah.
United
Looking
want
at
Rush Højlund.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
an alternative.
Højlund, yeah.
That's what we're looking at, is. But go on, carry on, Ryan.
But you know what the funny thing about it is here, before you carry on, the funny thing about it is false nine is his weakest position because apparently this is what Ten Hag wants to play him at. But that's his weakest position. And in the interview, he said as well he doesn't like playing false nine, which is a really weird thing. Which, funny enough, I think Kudus' best time at Ajax was when Ten Hag left. I felt like he had more freedom than once Ten Hag left personally.
Oh, was he there when Ten Hag was there?
Yeah, Ten Hag was there, but
I don't know.
yeah, but his breakout season really happened when literally the season when Ten Hag left.
Yeah, I feel like this was the season where people started to take notice of him because I've seen him play live. Like he's a really, because obviously when Ajax came to play us in the Champions League, he scored a really good goal actually that day as well. He's a really good player, but I actually agree with Jez. From what I've seen, I think he would suit Arsenal more. Like I feel like I see him being more of a success at Arsenal than Chelsea. I think he ends up at Chelsea. Do you get what I mean? Like I think he will, just because I think Chelsea probably are in more need of players, and I think they'll just pay the money for him, like you said. Whereas Arsenal, I think Arsenal kind of, I want to say stacked in those positions, but I don't think that they really need him.
I think they would need to make sales. I think they would need to sell players to make space, innit?
Yeah, I think Arsenal are kind of all right at the moment in those positions where I think Chelsea are in more need of him, to be honest. So I think he ends up at Chelsea, to be honest. I'm not sure how we do that though. He's a good player, so I'm presuming but then Chelsea. I don't know. It'll be an interesting one to see. I think he'd do okay in it, but I think he'd do better at Arsenal personally.
See, you know what my issue with Chelsea is? If he were to go to there, is that I feel like there could be an idea where like he's coming in there just to be a utility man. I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like players that are coming into a team seen as utility players. Like I like players that have where the manager has a clear idea. I want you to play you in this and this position only, because I feel like these players tend to do better. Like every time when somebody says, "Yeah, this guy's versatile," I feel like this is, for me, it sounds more like it's Hughes, because you don't actually believe he can actually perform in his best position.
You see, like it's a good point, because we've been linked with him in the past, innit? At times Liverpool, and whilst I like him, I do feel like Klopp would use him as a utility guy, whereas I'd want him to have kind of a fixed position in it. I don't think Klopp would use him right, to be honest. So yeah, because we have been linked with him in the past, and I actually do rate him as well. But yeah, I think he ends up at Chelsea, to be honest.
I did say before, personally, I think the best move for him right now is Brighton, because I feel like he needs that one club. I think he needs that one club before he goes to Chelsea, Arsenal, United, etc.
You reckon he needs that stepping stone?
Stepping stone, because again, we gotta remember. I think he's a good player. I've been a big fan for him for time now, but we gotta also remember it has been just his breakout season, and a season where he hasn't really been too injured, because he's injury prone. He's injury prone as well.
I hear what you're saying about the stepping stone. Big up to Emma, says we also linked to Kudus last summer. Yeah, I remember his name popping up. I remember asking Jez about him last year, and then obviously during the World Cup as well, he got mentioned. Prime, what you saying? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good, everyone. How are you all doing?
Oh, bless. What are you saying about Kudus? Do you want him at Chelsea? Would you like to see him go elsewhere? What's your thoughts?
If he's injury prone, keep him away. Yeah, I'm sick of injury prone players at my club, man. Wait, what?
And you call him fat as well. So
Kudus isn't fat.
Okay.
Is he?
I said no in you call him fat anyway.
He said no in you. You have a reputation, is what he's saying, Prime, basically.
How many injury prone players do I call fat?
No, he's just saying that you just have a rep. But go on, carry him.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that rep is misguided, but yeah, Kudus.
You started it, but go on, carry him.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him play, so I don't really have. Oh no, at the World Cup, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion of him. I think if we might not need him if we just fix our first 11 first. I think with the in terms of our bench, with the options of Santos and Casede and Chuameka, I think we're fine. If you're talking about backup on the right flank, I guess maybe. But the guy's also quite young and he would want to constantly play games. And will he get that?
That spot is up for grabs, though.
Yeah, I mean,
that right hand side.
Yes,
it's not like Madueke's got it on locks.
Yes, but Sterling's there. Sterling's there.
Well, who's gonna play on the
I
left?
feel like any Chelsea attacking spot is up for grabs. To be honest with you,
is Mudryk really ahead of Sterling in the pecking order?
No, I'm saying Sterling can play on the right.
Nah, he can, but I'm saying he'll most likely play from the left.
Okay,
possibly. I see Poch. I don't see Poch playing. So I could be wrong, but I just think Poch will playing from the left. I don't think he'll playing from the right.
Chelsea fans be getting onto Sterling a lot recently.
Chelsea fans are racist. Who cares what they think? Anyways, I think.
Wow. I can neither confirm or deny.
No, I just think that with Chelsea, all these young talents we're bringing in is all well and good. Let's focus on getting our first 11 or maybe first 12, 13 and get that correct first before we start looking to do other stuff. I don't really think we need Kudus because I don't know. I'm looking at things. I don't really think we need him. If we get Casado, because that's who apparently we want, we get him in midfield and Kuku's going to be at the 10. I don't think Kudus starts on either flank. It'll just be a waste of money. As talented as he may possibly be, it'll just be a waste of money. Arsenal, I don't think they're going to sign him because they spent that big money on Havertz. Kudus probably would have suited that left center mid position, but they've already spent that big money, so I don't think they need him either. Maybe he'll end up going to Man United, but then again, you spent that big money on getting Mount, so you guys probably don't need him, or not don't need him, but the money isn't there to get him.
What's his actual best position? I was in the 10, right? 10 from the right.
I see more than 10.
Right wing.
Right wing.
Really?
Okay, but he plays both of those. If he's a right wing,
he plays both of those. He plays
right wings up for
years.
How old is he? How old is he?
22. I think he's 22 or 23.
22. Okay.
I found that age, so he's still trying to entering his.
Isn't it time he gets a determined position though? Because you keep saying things. When Flores just asked his best position, I heard right wing. I heard 10. He can also play as an 8 and a 3.
But this is my thing, Brian. This is what I just said though. I feel like only this season. I think only this season he really only found his strongest position because of his attributes and the way he behaves in terms of how he plays. And this is for me the right wing. I don't see him as he can play he can play the 10, he can play the 8, but then again, it's more of a thing of how the team also plays. But that's in that sense. He can play in those positions, but let's say your manager Jose Mourinho, you don't want to see him in the 10 or in the 8. You want to see him on the right wing, innit? But if you, for example, if he goes into a Arteta system, or he goes to a Pep system, I can very well imagine him playing in the 8, more so than even in the right wing. So it all depends more on who the manager is and how the manager wants to play the certain player in it and what the system is in it. But for me, as of what I'm seeing, I think his strongest position is definitely right wing.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Large up TJ in the cut as well, who says, big up, Flawless Victor Jez. Hope everyone is having a killer Friday. And TJ was on the Manchester United Arsenal show yesterday. Stellar debut on the channel. Exceptional.
I watched it. I watched it yesterday. Actually, not yesterday. I watched it today before coming on here. It was exceptional.
Yeah, he was. He had to be rolling. Shout out to TJ. Make sure
Can we do a swap deal for him and Ryan?
Oh, yeah, Def. Yeah, bet. He's
basically an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, bet.
Yeah, he's an Arsenal
fan, yeah.
Yeah, I'll trade you for some magic beans, fam. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. But yeah, TJ says, where are Chelsea's goals coming from next season, Prime? So we'll go to you on that, Prime.
Nicholas Jackson and Maxi.
Our goals. If we can create enough.
This is what the timeline
told. Goal scorers than their attackers, bro.
Jez, the timeline's also racist, man. Don't believe what they said. Hopefully, if we can create enough, hopefully Sterling. Yeah, and probably just him.
I just said Sterling. Yeah,
I just said Sterling.
I like Jackson, and like he's done one of the preseason, so let's see how he kicks on.
Yeah.
People have too much hope and faith in Nkunku, man. First season, I'll allow him the first season because I think he's gonna possibly struggle. I do think Mudryk will do well, but our lack of goals, like that's part of why I don't have hope in us getting top 4. And
hey, man, it's top 5 now. Just think about that, man.
Top 5, yeah.
I get you, Prime. I get you, Prime. Normally, I'd be onto you for like this type of take, but I get it this one because I've been saying this for the longest. As much as and not you because you haven't been on this, but as much as Chelsea fans have been happy about your sales and you've done phenomenal business in terms of sales, I've been saying it. Where are your goals coming from? How Chelsea? Where are your goals coming from? And I say that about my team. Like they just premiered it. Shout out to Rants. I was on when I was on Red Talk, and it was obviously Ty was over there from Never a Foul, and I was discussing the same thing. Because I'm like, we're talking about, can United challenge? I'm like, who's scoring? We scored 54
That's why
Premier
you
League.
need to get Kane in all seriousness.
We scored 54 Premier League goals last season and added Mason Mount. Where are the goals coming from? All of a sudden, we getting more goals.
Yeah,
and more creativity. We lack both. Even a Kane, like Kane by himself, obviously would be a great addition to that. But him alone isn't enough. There has to be more.
Well, I think Kane alone sorts out your attack, personally.
Kane alone does not.
This guy just got 30 Premier League goals in Spurs.
But let's keep it also. We gotta remember when somebody scores. One second. We gotta also remember. Okay, he scored 30 goals last season, but he took also goals away from other guys because how much focus is on him. So let's say 30 goals. Kane scores for United next season, but then you have what Rashford scored last season. How many goals did Rashford have in the season?
But imagine Kane slipping balls through for Rashford, though.
Yeah, that's all good. Wait. Hold up. That's all well and good. Does he add to the team? Yes. Would he get us goals? Yes. Would he get assists for Rashfords and others? Yes. But we've seen him in better sides than this Manchester United side fail in this league. So why can't he come here and do it? The Spurs side he was in, that went for the
I'm
title.
saying in terms of your attack, he definitely
No. But you're missing the point I'm making. He's been in better sides. There's been better Spurs sides than the Manchester United side is constructed and didn't challenge with them. So why is he going to come here and challenge with us? People need to stop thinking about just because it's Manchester United in name. We're not better because we're not better than some of them.
Yeah, I don't think you win a league if you had Kane.
No, I'm talking about challenge. There was better sides he didn't challenge in.
I think your midfield lets you down, if I'm being real.
He's better sides, exactly. So why is he going to come here and
I disagree.
Who's scoring our goals outside of him and Rashford?
I disagree with Jez's thought process, but I agree with his conclusion. I think even if Kane does get goals at Man United, it's not just solely down to him. You still need the rest of your attack to actually step up and score. That's why I said that. That's exactly what I said last season when we got Sterling. He may get goals, but who's going to be providing him? Havertz and Mount. Well, by that logic, we're not going to be able to score goals consistently. Man United, if Kane can get assists, but if people at the end of it is Anthony and Sancho and they're not stepping up and improving next season, then it's pointless having Kane there.
Yeah, people think this game. People look at Kane like he here Mbappe. That's how people look at him. He's not that caliber.
Mbappe gets you challenging though, doesn't he?
100%. That's the point I'm making.
By the way,
come on, Prime.
Hold on, does he?
Yes.
Cool. All right, cool. Mason Mount finding Mbappe. There, let's see that.
Mbappe can do more, man.
Yeah,
Mbappe can find himself.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Victor. He's one of those. He's one of them few players who's like, all right, I'll step up and do the business. 110%. I think he's that good. He's one of the few.
I don't disagree with you, but with Mason Mount in that team, I don't trust it, man.
It's no question of Mount. It's just get the ball to Mbappe in any way, shape, or form, which they will. It's not great for him. Just give him the ball and get the fuck out of the way. But yeah, go on, Jez.
Talking about goals as well. You guys also remember, I just went through it as well. During Pep's whole tenure at City, there only been 2 seasons where he scored less than 90. His team only scored less than 90 goals, which is the first season. This was the first season when he was in with 80, and then the COVID season when he scored 83. All the other seasons he scored 90
goals in the COVID season.
No, he scored 83. The team scored.
Really? I thought you scored less
Yes,
than that.
no.
I was expecting that to be one of your lowest because it was under Jose, but...
No, see, the funny thing is, United scored 73 in that season. But other than that, I just went through all these seasons. All Pepsi teams score all 90+ goals.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which just shows you... And just in context of last season for United, going after, United scored 58, and City scored 94. Yeah, they scored 58 goals
in the Premier League. 58.
Yes, 58 in the Premier League. Yeah,
that's terrible.
And City scored.
Adding just Kane to that is gonna turn. No, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and by the way, to Arsenal as well. Arsenal, who were also top of the league most of the time, they only scored 88. And City scored 94 as well. So you got to remember as well, like. You got to remember just like how does
your washing machine, fam? Yo, fan.
Yeah.
Washing machine on. 1 second. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's your wash. That's definitely your washing machine. Yeah, it's definitely your washing.
Of course, it's Ahmed.
That's why I muted you.
You're flawless.
Sounds like it's about to take off. Yeah, go on.
You know, before you go, guess the funny thing about it is Newcastle scored more goals than United in the league last season. Is with 68, but
wait, Newcastle outscored us.
Yeah. I'm looking at this right now here. So City scored 94, Arsenal scored 88.
Hey, we just need Harry Kane.
Yeah, Man United scored 58. Newcastle scored 68. Liverpool scored 75. Brighton scored 72. Aston Villa scored 51. Tottenham scored 70, and Brentford scored 58. So when you go based on these teams, I think they only outscored 2 teams, Man United, in the last year's top 8.
And just to get to Johnny, he says, but creativity isn't a problem for Man United. The wingers are an issue. Last season, Bruno had more than 100 chances created, but he had Weghorst in front of him. Wingers need to step up. I disagree with this to an extent in regards to creativity has to come from somewhere. So if it's not coming from your midfield, it has to come from your wingers or your fullbacks. But just because it's not coming from the wingers doesn't mean that your midfield gets off with it. No, you should have creativity everywhere. That's what the best teams have. When you look at Manchester City, who are the bar, their fullbacks create, their midfielders create, their wingers create, their strikers create. I don't like this either or. It should be both. Why can Manchester United... We spend enough money to have fullbacks, midfielders, and wingers who can all create. So why should that not be the aim? We shouldn't be. But this goes to show where our midfield is at. And with Bruno, with these 100 chances created, because, again, this stat is so misleading. If he passes the ball to someone and they have a shot from 40 yards out, that's Scotty goals Rosette.
Do you know
that's
how much
classed as a chance created.
This stat on Twitter?
Yeah, of course, because that's all he's got.
Flawless. Chelsea fans.
And that's my bro, but that's all he's got. And plus, he likes to troll as well. Well, go on.
Chelsea fans used to love to say that about Mount, that he's the highest chance creator up there with Kevin De Bruyne. But what is the quality of chances you're actually making? Because I've watched Chelsea the past 4 seasons, and for the vast majority, our chance creation has been very, very poor. How can we be getting these chances up there with or one guy be getting them up there with KDB, but yet we're not seeing any end result from that? You know, I don't know. It's just... I don't know.
And that's it. And let's say, and Johnny, I'll even give you one further and even say, all right, let's say it's right with Bruno being creative. And I said this yesterday on one of the shows, I think. And I was like, all right, and I was talking about the lack of creativity in Manchester United's side. I said, all right, I'll give you Bruno in regards to creativity. I'll give you Rashford to an extent, even though he's more creating for himself. That's 2. Why we only have 2 creative players in our entire team like that? We don't have any creativity. And then I'll take that out. Outside of Rashford, we don't have no goals. This is why I know it's new season. I know people haven't watched Manchester United in a minute. There's that new season optimism, new kit, all that type of stuff, preseason games. We still got, like I said, we scored 58 goals in 38 games and have added Mason Mount. Why all of a sudden are we going to score more goals? We're asking all our other attackers to either double or more their goal tally. Like you ask Rashford, yeah, cool. We're asking Bruno, who got like 8 goals. I think 2 or 3 of those was penalties. So he got 5. So you're asking him to double his tally. Sancho got like 4. You're asking him to more than double his tally. No, Sancho got 6. You're asking him to pretty much double his tally. Anthony got 4, double his tally. You're asking Garnacho, who's a kid, all right, you want to get more goals from him, cool. Mount, who got 3 last season for Chelsea. So you're asking him to triple that. Like, what are we doing? Where are these? We don't have no creative fullbacks like that. Our midfield's not creative. Our wingers ain't creative like that outside Rashford. For argument's sake, I'll say Bruno. And obviously, let's say we do indeed sign Højlund and we sign another. It's like, where all of a sudden we basically asking to go from 58 to what? 80, 85.
You know what's
90. We're
crazy?
asking for, come on, go on, carry on.
The best passer in your team is your centre back.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So
Goalkeeper.
Yeah, it could be.
All right,
it could be
I
on that.
forgot about Onana. Yeah,
Jez,
Yeah,
what's
man. You got a
what's
deep-
Kudus' player profile?
One second.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
gone.
man.
But yeah,
What?
go on, carry on.
First things
Go on,
first,
go on,
guys. Big up. Hope you're all well.
Big up, man.
Listen, you know, I don't waffle. Let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you
I
do.
only give I only give facts and
Pick up
stats around
TJ,
here. You
yeah.
get me? You know, only facts and stats around here. You know what I mean? So honestly, you know, I just want to answer TJ earlier question about where are all the goals going to come from. I think he obviously makes a fair point. You have to hope that Nicholas Jackson is able to do a job. Again, I think I've said this to TJ before that, you know, you have to hope that attack essentially clicks and that we're able to spread around the goals and the strikers able to get some goals, the wingers are able to get some goals. Of course, you want your leaders like Sterling to get some goals, but I think for me, Sterling, bro, I think it might be time to learn some Arabic, buddy. I can't lie to you, bro. Like,
Nah, I disagree.
Here's the thing
I
is,
disagree.
before we get to
I
that, because we
disagree.
know he needs a striker to get the best out of him. How many goals would you like ideally from Chelsea team? Are you saying 70? Are you saying 80? Where you at, Ahmed? Let's break this down.
I actually don't know, bro. That's the thing. Like,
You don't know.
I think for me,
How do you
you know,
not know?
for me, like, I think
Don't do this. All right,
How
let's
many-
flip
no,
this.
how many goals do you
All right,
think?
flip this.
Bro,
How many goals
honestly-
did you lot score last season? Chelsea in the Premier League.
30.
Oh, this score. I can give you the
You
number.
only scored
literally
30
right now.
goals.
No
you
way.
didn't.
You won't.
No.
I can
Yes,
see-
yes,
I
yes, no,
refuse.
they
I
scored
refuse.
30
I think
38
Holland-
goals. They scored 38 goals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Holland
that's
only
it,
scored a few
That's
more than
so
us. So,
bad.
yeah.
So how
By
many
the way-
goals did you lot score? How many
No,
goals
let's
did you
do
get in the
this.
Premier League?
38 goals.
38 goals.
Okay, 38 goals. So, right, let's say. Well,
I would like
I'll
to
pick the
at least
number
double
then.
it. I would like to at least double it. You know what I'm saying?
No. Ahmed, it's flawless here. He can't double that.
Yeah, you've right.
Oh, yeah, so 38 times
You ain't
two
getting
is
76 goals.
76, around about 76.
I take we'll take 6 off and we'll go 7.
So yeah,
You
just,
know what I'm
anyway,
saying?
like, you know, around about 70.
So
at
let's
least.
say 70 goals. All right, let's break this down in terms of the attackers you currently have. We'll add Caicedo in the mix because I do believe that you're adding. Where are these 70 goals? So Nicholas Jackson, how much you looking for him? 15, 20? What we
I
saying?
think if he gets 15 goals, I think that's a
All right,
good
say
season.
15. Cool. We saying 10, 15? Where we at
For who?
for Nicholas Jackson?
It's his
I said
Premier League
15.
goals.
What you
I
saying?
think 15.
Premier League goals. Premier League.
Okay,
I
cool.
think 15. I think 15.
All right, 15. Cool. One. All right, Sterling.
Sterling, that's the one I'm looking at. I was hoping from him to get
10,
20 goals.
15,
20
20
I
goals
think.
from Sterling.
20
Okay.
goals.
20
Well, he
goals.
listen.
All right.
He's
Sterling
the,
is not getting 20 Premier League.
no, but like
goals.
you're meant to be. Listen, he's the experienced one. He's meant to be entering his
All right,
prime.
we'll meet in
Oh,
the middle on
Bro,
this equation and go
look at the
50.
team
We'll go,
around
yeah,
him,
but
not just-
we'll
No,
go.
no,
This
no.
is
But
the
I'm
point.
saying, hypothetically speaking,
Oh.
Yeah.
if we were expecting prime Sterling, whatever you want to call him, and
But
he
this
was
is
at
not
the
Prime
club,
Sterling.
But this
Exactly.
is the point that this is the
Bro,
point
but
that
he
I'm
doesn't
making,
have
though,
Kevin
Victor,
De
in regards
Bruyne
to your
anymore,
goals.
brother.
All right, so we'll go 15. We'll meet in the middle. So we'll go Jackson 15, Sterling 15. That's 30.
I don't even
Alright,
know.
who else?
Mudryk. I think Mudryk.
Budrick, how
probably-
many? Who's still to
Maybe
get off
around
the mark?
about 5 to 10. Maybe if he gets 10 goals this season,
See,
and
look
he
at
gets a
that.
good
So, all
bun-
right, so that's
Yeah.
40. All right, cool. Who else?
But Madueke, I think a similar amount for Madueke as well. You have to
So
expect.
you're asking 10 for Madueke, so that's 50. All right, cool. Give me another one of your attackers. And Kunku, we'll go in Kunku. How many? 10?
Probably 15 as well. 10 to 15 will probably be fine for him.
10.
He's
So, all right,
played the
that's it.
academy,
All right, so we'll go 10. That's 60.
And then you
Who else?
expect,
Who else?
probably like about 10 to 15 from your defense in general. Set
Yeah.
pieces, corners, headers.
I forget that, but the point I'm
Yeah.
making is look at the numbers, look at the astronomical numbers you man are looking for from Nicholas Jackson, who's just got here, and we're asking for 15 goals from Sterling. 15, I hear that if you get the
Nah,
right
he
team
said
around
20
him.
for Sterling.
Nah, we brought it down to 15 because Victor
Oh,
said
did you?
10. So, we
Fair,
just
fair
went-
enough.
yeah.
15 's
So
alright.
Sterling, cool. I get that. That's calm. Jackson, we're asking for 15 from. Mudryk, who's yet to get off the mark, you're asking for 10 from. And Kunku, who just got here, you're asking for 10 from. We actually believe we can get that. Madueke, you said 10, who scored 1. Who else we talking about? the defense to score 10.
Mudryk.
You're 15. Yeah, Mudryk we mentioned as well.
Probably
The
guys off the bench as
astronomical
well. Maybe like what a Broha, maybe if he comes back with injury. And
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
he's
five.
part of our attack. He's
Five,
part of
yeah.
Let's
So, yeah,
just
five.
say more
Well,
than 12 teams.
who's your other attackers in the first team? Well, I've named your front four on paper.
I don't know actually
So
after
who the
that, to
rest?
be honest. Yeah.
Exactly. This is my point. Well, you
And
got
that's
70 goals.
why I have. That's why I have.
You
like,
might be
question marks on
lucky to get 50. Telling you.
Nah, they'll get past 50.
You sure?
Wait.
Yeah.
All right. Wait. Is their
Yeah.
attack this season better than ours last season?
I actually said to be.
There we go. And we got 58.
Right
Oh my
now.
days.
Right now is Chelsea's attack this season. Wait. Right now is Chelsea's attack this season better than Manchester United's last
No,
season?
it's not. That's
And we got 58.
yeah. But actually,
So why is it?
better,
I don't
yeah.
get this new season optimism that they're going to get 70 to 60 goals.
They're
From where?
definitely not getting 70.
Let's say Sterling scores 20 goals, which I think if Jackson is a good foil, I've not watched him like that. He could, but even with that, you still need 50 more from everybody
20
else.
goals. I don't
You
No,
see
I'm
why-
not saying he does. I'm saying let's say he has an amazing season, just from a hypothetical
okay,
standpoint.
fine. I think
Yeah,
he'd have
I'm not
to have
saying
his
it
best
is.
goal
I
this
don't.
season,
Yeah, he'd
wouldn't
have to have it. But
Yeah, this will be
he's
his
scored
highest,
around
really.
that. But the point I'm making is, even if he scores 20, you still need 50 from Mudryk, who's yet to get off the mark, and Kunku, who's just got here, Jackson, who's just got here, Madueke, who's got one. So you're asking all these men to have personal best seasons all together in their first season.
You're
in
asking
the
for them
Premier
all to
League.
get double-digit
Flo-
goals.
Flawless,
at the end of
you
the
see
day.
why I have
Crazy,
question
right,
marks
crazy.
in the attack. I'm just looking
I
to
get
see
it.
how it all. Also, I'm just looking to see how it all clicks. Some of them all understanding each other, creativity, and creating elite chances. If we're creating an abundance of elite chances, I think eventually that does lead to goals.
Mhm.
But let's just see. I think people having throwing all their faith in getting gassed in some of these players before we've seen things. I just think kind of wait and temper your expectations, because when things don't start clicking straight away, that's when you'll see people start to switch very, very quickly, and they won't give this time. So that's why I'm being more reserved and just waiting to see.
100%. That's why I say. I mean, if you go based off the time that Nicholas Jackson and Ian Maatsen are going to be leading the line for them next season, but that's another thing. But I just went through, especially those three players, because I feel like they will be the focus. And I went through Mudryk's, Madueke's, and Nicholas Jackson's best goal scoring seasons for the teams before Chelsea. So for Shakhtar Donetsk, for Mudryk, it was 7 goals in his best season. And for Madueke, his best season was 7 goals as well. And for Nicholas Jackson was 12 goals. You gotta also remember in respect to what leagues they have played in before, which in the Jackson case, he played in probably out of all the 3 leagues, the most competitive compared to all the other leagues, isn't it? So yeah, with Jackson, there's definitely a prospect of him maybe being able to score 15, maybe 10, but it's also a high expectation, and it's a complete different situation where you're coming into a team that still, if he were to come into a team for Chelsea, Jackson, who were in a stable situation, I would hear actually 15 goals. In this situation that they're in now, I wouldn't be shocked if he struggles to find goals and maybe scores like 10 or less. Just saying, because I think there's just that much in a mess right now, because they're still trying to figure out who leaves the club. You still see names who have to leave the football club.
And also, how, for example, I'll use an example. Arsenal last season, I think a big part of why they were so good was how positive and unified their fan base was. You didn't see anyone really, at least for the large parts anyway, really kicking off from some bad results they got last season. Because, for example, when they lost 3-1 to Man United, Arsenal of the past, you would have seen a knockoff effect where they would have started losing
they weren't divided.
Repetitive games and falling off. That didn't happen. I think with us and the way our fan base is like, a few bad results, a few bad performances for certain players, will our fan base still be unified and keep positivity, and then not compare, like in Nkunku, for example, or Jackson, and not compare them to Havertz and Mount if they have a week where they score well and or do well for their respective clubs that they're at now. I just I know what this fan base is like. Just for me, don't get gassed and wait, see where things lie. Because if you're gonna start getting too excited and start predicting wild things and things don't happen, you're then gonna get angry for no reason.
But you know what the thing is though, Prime? That's gonna happen. And I see.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I see the correlation with your club and my club because I look at both teams, in particular the attacks, and I'm like, where is all this optimism coming from? And I get it, like I said, new season. We've not watched the team for a while, so you forget. Kind of like an international break, because I always salute Peter. There was an international break. I think it might have been the last one or second to last one. And I think it might have been before the Fulham game. And he went on to Lewis's channel. Shout out to Lewis. And he was saying,
World Cup, I think.
Or 1-1. It might have been the World Cup, whenever it was. And he was like, we just haven't played in a while. So people have forgotten how bad we actually are. Yeah. And that optimism was that, we're going to win 3-4-1. And it's like, when's the last time Chelsea had scored 3? And people, I'm not taking shots at Chelsea, because I'm saying the same about my football club. I don't understand where all this optimism is coming from.
Do you know there's
we've had a good window in regards. Take Mata, Onana, Hoyland, Amrabat. Yes, improvements. Without doubt, there are improvements. However, there's still levels to go up because it doesn't solve. We have so many issues. They're even solving multiple issues. There's still more issues left.
I've been debating United fans who think that window gets you in the title challenge.
What,
no, I'm joking. I've actually told these guys.
I know.
Like, you're not in the title fans with that window.
If I may, just quickly, I think if some of the stuff that I have been saying on my channel is that we're still missing a lot of key players, that we need in the squad. We're still missing at least one midfielder. We're still missing another guy that needs to be, a backup to a Madueke, or if not, like someone that can be an improvement to him, someone to be a backup to Nkuku. You still got this rumor about that the club is attempting to sell off Chalobah. We've got a goalkeeper now because we're literally now down to Kepa and what's his name, Bettinelli now, because Selina's now going on loan to a Belgian club. So there's a lot of holes that need to be done. And then even in preseason, there's some players that just don't look like they've left last season, essentially. You know what I mean? They're just there to stay back home. Honestly, Sterling's one of them. I know people might not like me saying this, but Sterling has not looked good in preseason at all. Doesn't mean, of course, that it's going to translate into the Premier League, but it just looks like he's continued off his form from last season as well. So I don't know, man. It's not looking good for me personally.
No, you're right, Ahmed. And it'll be...
Wait. Hold up, Prime. Say that again, Ryan.
Fabrizio just said United have put in a new bid for Hoyland today. It's worth more than 60 million euros in the package.
Okay, all right.
I don't mind fans being positive and being happy. That's perfectly fine. But don't go too over the top with it, because it'll be the most over the top fans. My team's better than yours. We're going for the league. We're challenging whatever. Who in the first bump, they'll be the first ones to turn on players. Start saying, this guy's shit, that guy's shit. Why did we sell Mount? Yada, yada, yada. Just relax. It's going to be a long season. Well, we'll have good parts. We'll have bad parts. In the end, we'll probably finish 5th, 6th. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Nah,
you guys wanted this project of young players and playing the youth. We're now doing it. So
stick with it,
give it time to see what we can come from it. Because I don't think going on in the next few seasons, I don't think we're going to be spending big money on marquees like a Caicedo for 100 mil again. I think we're going to have to develop these young players and see where they come off. We're going to have to develop Jackson instead of spending money on Osimhen. So let's see.
You can still go and sign senior players. Before you go, though, Jez, large up to everyone that's tapped in. We have over this 35 of you lot locked in. We have 34 likes. Let's get us up to 40 likes, people. Like check 1212. Let's click that like button. Please make sure you share this across the socials. Let's get more people in here. Make sure you're following at Sarcasm City TV across our socials, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell as well. We're at 7,302. Looking for 3 more subscribers, people. Just 3. 3. Get us to 7,305 because I know everybody watching right now has not hit that subscribe button. When you enter the city of sarcasm, pay the toll, people. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. And make sure you subscribe to Ahmed's channel, The Bridge 258. Yeah, go on, Jess.
One away from 330 subscribers, you know.
One away. Go hit that subscribe button and continue to get your questions in particular members as well. But obviously, if it's a non-members,
did you see
question,
the news, by the way?
Before you go on non-members or super chat, I will get to the better questions. But yes, members, I will answer your questions, and of course, any super chats, your questions will get answered as well. Go on, Jess. Say what you was gonna say.
I just wanted to say, with Chelsea, well, to what Prime was saying, I think what. And I tweeted this actually on my burner because obviously Elon Musk Twitter, he had me suspended again.
Hey, Jed's in the box, man. Let's go.
Whoa.
Crazy. Hey, Jez, what did you do?
So all I did, somebody must have reported me because there's no way Twitter suspends you for this. So all I saw is I saw the Arsenal fans fight at each other against each other again in the Man United game, and all I said is these guys are fighting each other because of Kai Havertz. Be serious, nigga. That's all I said. And these guys, I said worse things on Twitter, and they suspended me for that.
Yeah, you have said worse things. Yeah, Arsenal fan, definitely.
Yeah, but Judge, you've been suspended. You've been suspended for the worst things you said. That's the thing.
That's what I'm trying to say. I guess again, the app is just soft, anyways. But back to what I was trying to say is I agree actually with what Brian was saying. And I get obviously the optimism going into a new season, but I feel like one thing I always say is what Chelsea is missing the most right now, instead of getting top 4 and everything, Chelsea needs stability first. They need to kind of first know, okay, we have a first 11. That's why I can understand why Arsenal fans, for example, are excited to go into the next season. I can understand why, if you can find a City fan, why they're always optimistic into the next season, because they have a manager that they can trust in, because he has proven it already with the team. Not with the other team, with the team, but also they have a system and certain key members of the team that are performing over a consistent time. Who can I say right now for Chelsea at this current time will be 100% consistently playing at a high level, not top good level, a high level. For me, I'm saying Enzo has the potential to do it, but we haven't seen it in the Chelsea kid. So for me, that's what I'm saying. There's so many things the Chelsea are dealing with at the moment. Not even the goals, like they need stability first. And I think you need that one season first so everybody has kind of an idea of how the team shapes up, and then we can really say how this Chelsea team will look like, especially the young players look like in the future as well. So you just have to wait and see, to be honest. Like, but I get the optimistic. Everybody's just happy. They're seeing certain young players like Ian Maatsen playing left wing. I'm seeing comparison with him and Bell now. So he's the next guy because he's playing from left back to left wing now. So he's the next guy.
Optimism is fine. I don't mind.
I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Keep the same optimism when we go away to the Etihad and we get battered 6-0. Keep the same optimism when we play Liverpool and we're 4-0 down in 40 minutes. Keep that same optimism.
Relax, man. That game's always
no, Prime, you're talking too much sense, man. You're asking for logical and for people to be reasonable with their assessment.
Like,
you know, football fans don't deal with them two things. What you're saying is 110% right. It can't be, all right, back the process, and as soon as you get one bad result, throw it away. Burn it to the ground. But you know what football fans, not all football fans, but you know what some football fans are like. Before you continue, let me get to this from Hem, who says, big up for the super chat, Hem. He says, flawless, my bro, big up the panel. Hey, appreciate it, man. Big up to you, Hem, for the super chat. If you got a question as well, obviously, because you just super chatted to say big up, let me know and I'll get to it as well. But you mentioned it just earlier, Prime, in regards to Arsenal fans being so united and just all together last season. It's because they didn't lose. When you winning games like that, that's what that is like. They lost to United, yeah, but before that they had won the vast majority of the games, and then after that they didn't lose for a long time. It's easy to be
still all right,
a United front
at the end of the season.
No.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that in particular at the start. It's easier.
No, you're right, Flawless. But we've seen Arsenal before have good starts, get a bad result, and then fall off. That's my point of that result didn't matter because they continued going. I just think with Chelsea that I don't know. I know what Chelsea fans are like, so I'm not gonna be deluded like people are gonna change. But I guess I'm just putting out the warning out there, because when we go on a bad run, I don't want people coming out saying, "Oh, we shouldn't have signed this Tottenham flop, sack Potter or sack Poch, get him out." Because Unless we're like 12th again, he's not getting sacked. So
hey, don't put it past you like being 12th or saying again. You know what I'm saying?
If this,
relax, it's not happening.
I'm just saying, not necessarily 12th, because I think Poch is a very, very good manager. So
We're flawless. We're missing a lot. The thing flawless is we're missing pieces right now. Online rugby. You know that meme, yeah. You know that meme. We're missing recipes right now. We are missing recipes. We're like 16 days away from like Liverpool at home.
Is it 16? Wait. Is it 16 days?
Next
week. On Sunday, it's gonna be 2 weeks until the Premier League season starts.
Ahmed, we didn't have these pieces in the first place. We didn't have a goalkeeper. We didn't have a strike. We didn't have a midfield.
Oh no! I understand that point, but the point I'm making, though, we're still missing these pieces. Though we're still missing a goalkeeper. That whether it be a number 2 or whether it be someone to compete with Kepa, we're still missing a midfielder, bro. And like Poch has kind of made it clear he probably wants to, but at least get me one. That's what he's trying to say.
I think we'll get a midfielder. I don't think we'll get a goalkeeper, or at least not a starter anyway.
We're gonna get probably a backup. I'm thinking now more than ever a backup's gonna happen. But after that, then there's obviously the Kudus stuff, the Olise stuff. I don't know what's going on there. Like, are we gonna sign someone from there? Like, we don't know.
That's why I'm looking at it and going, I don't think you'll be in 12th because Poch is too good a manager, and I think you have too much quality in the side itself to like be 12th again. Like, we
would have to
capitulate mentality of again. Lampard. Yeah. It would have to be like everything. Like all your keepers.
Hey, respect my. Well, not my manager, but never mind.
Yeah, exactly. Never mind. Yeah. Because you know this. Yeah. Exactly.
I was gonna troll, but I can't even defend him.
Yeah, you can't even defend him. You joke, man. But yeah, as I was saying anyway, I think worst case scenario, you're like 8th. Because like I keep saying, goals. That's how you look. Like defensively, I think you'll be okay for the most part. I think you've got enough there. But I look at you and go, who's bagging on a consistent basis? That's why I don't think you'll finish in the top 4 or 5. I don't.
If we end the season in 8th, I won't be mad at it.
Same.
Not really.
Because of the team.
Yeah.
And it's an improvement. You might finish 12th last season. 8th is a vast
improvement. All right, man.
Wait. My maths ain't the best. Right, it's finishing 8th position, not higher than 12th.
All right, man. No, because you get.
Am I wrong? It's close. You know what? Finishing 12th in the second part of the table is like what, 3rd?
Oh my God.
Why do people get onto Lewis got onto me for that? Why do people always get onto me for telling me?
No, because flawless.
Help me out here. If you finish 8th, is that not better than finishing 12th the season before?
Because it's flawless.
Technically, but let's be real, it shouldn't. That's not the standard for Chelsea.
It's not a standard, but I'm asking, is it an improvement?
Technically it is, but I understand why.
Right. No. Ryan, it's because it's flawless. That's why. Any other person saying this, they're right. Because it's flawless, no.
It is technically an improvement.
No, but it's not. But no.
About or anything.
No. I'm not talking about shouting about. Forget the context of it's Chelsea. It's because it's flawless. That's why I don't.
Look at this, man. I blasphemy against my name people for stating facts that finishing 8th is not better than finishing 12th.
It's not facts. Coming from you, no, it's not.
It's coming from you.
I genuinely think.
Yeah, go on.
I genuinely think that you do have a good opportunity getting 4th. A lot of these mid-table clubs have European football now. We don't. Obviously, there's still the top 4 that's still there. If we bring in enough quality. Again, I said if we bring in is the big question. You know, if you bring in a Caicedo, if you bring in whoever's going to be that AM right winger, and a quality goalkeeper that can at least be a better shot stopper than Kepa, I think getting 4th or 5th is not necessarily out of reach. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not necessarily out of reach in mind.
I hear what you're saying, right? Yeah. And the reason why I say 5th and 6th, I'm assuming we'll get Caicedo. I'm assuming we'll probably get maybe another attacker. I don't think we'll get a goalkeeper, but even say we do. My thing isn't on whether we sign those players. I'm looking at the best case scenario, I guess, for us, and then the best case scenario for the other teams we're competing with. Because I can't just look at it as we'll do well, but everyone else will drop off. If everyone else performs to the level we expect them to, I expect Newcastle, United, Liverpool, Arsenal. Is that everyone?
Are we forgetting about Aston Villa?
To be Yeah, but City, I expect them to win the league anyway. So
Yeah.
I
Fair
expect
enough,
those
fair
teams
enough.
to be at least just as good, if not better than us. I'm still waiting for these guys to actually click and perform well. There's a lot of variables for us as opposed to everyone else. They don't have too many question marks. Maybe you can say United in terms of goals, but they're solid enough anyway where they can grind out results. I don't know a lot. We don't know stuff about us yet to be able to predict things either way. That's why I'm saying like 5th, 6th, 7th. If we can do what United did last season and take advantage of, say, Liverpool, United, Newcastle underperforming and get top 4, brilliant. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think those teams will underperform for us to be able to take advantage of that in the first place.
I fully hear what you're saying there, Prime. Without doubt, like it's on. Like I say, man, goals win games, people. We all know this. And like I said, the new season optimism
City's proven it literally every
is great.
season.
Oh yeah, we know City are going to win the league. But
No
Johnny says,
one,
what
yeah,
do you-
no, I'm
what-
pretty sure none of us are gonna say none of the teams gonna win it. Like it's gonna be City, man. Literally.
yeah, City win the league. What do y'all think the top 4 will be? Not in order, but currently right now, is everyone constructed? I think it will be City.
Probably Arsenal, no doubt. I think
Liverpool,
it'll be.
Arsenal, Manchester United. Not in order. That's my fault. I think Newcastle.
I think so.
out.
I don't know, man. Newcastle.
you saying, Ahmed?
I think I probably would agree with you. I don't know about Newcastle's squad. I don't feel like they've got enough players, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It feels like their squad is quite small.
All right,
Maybe
Especially
it's
when they got
Ryan,
European
what's your
football
fault?
now as well.
What's your fault?
In no order, I'd say City,
no
Liverpool, Arsenal, United. I'd
Okay.
say that's that's
Yellen's
the
Prime,
top
what you saying? What's your fault?
Fuck you two. Anyway, my top 4.
So that's what he says to the Gyadam. Well, go on, carry on. You know what I'm saying?
Why would I say
Says
that?
to her brethren.
Never mind. Let me
Say
not.
that to her brethren. You say that to
Let me
her
not get
brethren.
involved.
You know
Let
what
me
I'm
not
saying?
get involved.
So he says to her brethren. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Prime, you're one of the toxic guys, yeah?
Nah. He says that to the brethren. You know what I'm saying? He tries to draw one thing and then says that to the brethren. You can get it too, but go on, carry on. You know what Prime's like, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Prime, you there? Top 4.
Anyways, before I was really interrupted, my top 4.
Gallen Italia, maybe top 4 Premier League.
Hey, yo.
Yo, Prime. Your time, Prime, man. You know what I'm saying?
Are you
Prime
sure?
time.
Because every time I try to speak, everyone keeps wants to interrupt
Bro,
me.
you know the
Hey,
issue is
hey,
you're just not speaking. This is the issue.
Hey, you lot started interrupting. Yeah, top 4 Premier League.
You guys
What
hear
saying,
me? Is
Prime?
my mic on? You can hear me, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can hear
we can hear
you.
you.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
My top 4, I guess in order, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, United.
All right, cool. That's your
I
order.
think-
yeah?
I
We
think-
need you to
I
give me
think-
an order.
I think those 3 challenge. Liverpool finished 2nd, Arsenal finished 3rd.
When you say challenge, all right, let's go one further on this. When you say challenge, how close would you mean by that? You saying like for instance, 8 points off match week 34, 35. I'm asking to gauge words so I know what you mean by challenge.
I don't need maybe last like 5-6 games. I think Arsenal will finish. I think Liverpool will finish like maybe 3 or 4 points above Arsenal, and then Arsenal will probably be like 7, 8, 9 points, 10 points away from City.
This is interesting. Man.
All right, first. Prime, I mean not Prime. Jez, what are you saying?
As of the teams constructed right now,
Yeah, Ghana and
yeah.
Jez, we're talking to you, man.
As they are 28th, and
Yeah, I know,
for
Prime,
clarification,
I know.
people, it's the 28th of July. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
2023.
as of right now,
Yeah,
the teams
Dortmund, Jez.
constructed,
Answer the question, Dortmund, Jez. Yeah.
in order, it's City, Arsenal. And I kind of like 3 and 4 are up for the grabs, to be honest, because we gotta keep in mind. Remember, Liverpool still need a DM and they still need a centre back as well, which I think people like to forget.
It's
as
true.
well.
It's true. He's right.
People like to forget.
We
So I
don't
think
have a
3 and
DM
4
at the club at the
But-
moment, literally.
But if I had to say, I think as of right now, United and then Liverpool.
All right, first, Victor. What
We
you got?
we will definitely get a DM in, but as it
Yeah,
stands,
I know.
we don't
Just
have
want to say,
one.
as of right now,
Yeah,
like,
as
literally-
it stands, I understand we don't have one. Yes.
Yeah.
Why do Liverpool fans think Fabinho's finished but not Van Dijk?
Because Fabinho was excessively way worse than what Van Dijk was last season. I'll tell you that for straight now. It wasn't even close. Bro, don't get me, Van Dijk
Do
was
you
bad
not
as
think there's
well.
context? I'm not saying Van Dijk's finished. By the
Fabinho,
way.
I remember Kvaratskhelia doing him 3 times in 5 seconds, bro. I can't get that on my head.
I'm not saying Van Dijk's finished, by the way. I'm making the point of, I think with Fabinho, if you surround him with legs,
I'm not going to that
your
much trouble
midfield
just to keep Fabinho in the team. Just
I
bin him off,
think if you make your midfield back to what it was and make it more workmanlike, I think your defense fixes itself. I don't think your defense, like, maybe individually has more problems. I think it's just collectively.
I just don't think you understand how bad Fabinho was last season. Like it was really bad.
He was bad, but I think there's context. I think there's context to it.
Van Dijk actually ended the season, I think, very well.
Ryan, I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. Van
Dijk was bad. Fabinho was trash. Do you get what I mean?
Like, I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying.
Go on, Prime. Let him elaborate so you can clearly understand.
I'm talking about in terms of. I'm talking about in terms of if you fix your midfield again and make it more like robust and workmanlike, that fixes like your team as a whole, and you're back to challenging. I don't think this thing of like Fabinho's completely done. I don't 100% really believe that. I think if you surround him with legs, I think it works again. Thus, your defense vastly improving. Thus, you're able to go on and challenge.
Having to carry surround him with legs.
I know.
Like, you should
he's always been surrounded with legs.
But he's also had the legs.
Yeah, he actually.
I don't think he as a player. I don't think him as a player is finished.
He was never the quickest or anything, but he was never this bad.
He was
never. I think it looks like he's bad because he's having to do all the extra work that the other midfielders can't do, like Henderson. I think if you actually surround him with legs, you'll see how good he acts. You see him back to. I personally think that's it, really.
Oh, Brad, do you want to know another reason why I'm allowing Van Dijk over Fabinho? This is just one of the reasons.
I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying Van Dijk's bad. Stop comparing it. Maybe I shouldn't. I only use Van Dijk. No. I only use Van Dijk because I don't think Van Dijk is finished. I also don't think Fabinho's finished.
I think Fabinho. I still see a way back to Van Dijk. Fabinho's beyond repair now.
Very bad last season, but only one player is getting all the stick, and I think they were both
because Fabinho was way worse. I'll tell you that right now. Fabinho was way worse than Virgil van Dijk.
See, that's just a difference of opinion.
Whether he was worse or not, like Fabinho was not at it last season. Like you can still perform in a poor side. He was as bad as Liverpool were. He was awful. Let's not get that mistake. He can still perform. Yeah, Van Dijk was as well. I'm not defending that. Yes. But Canate wasn't that bad.
But
in the same team.
But Fabinho's getting all the get rid of him. He's done. Van Dijk's not getting any of that. That's my point.
You know why? And
I don't believe. I think they both perform the same.
Enough that there's a way back.
I don't. I think Fabinho's been bad for much longer.
Than interesting.
Van Dijk, has been bad for much longer.
But you know what I'll say to that as well is that and Flores can vouch for me on this. This was Van Dijk's first bad season for us.
I disagree.
Nah, it was his first bad season.
I disagree. I think since his injury, he has been like.
Nah, this season he came back from injury. He was excellent for us.
I wouldn't say bad. Yeah, I agree with Ryan in terms of this season just gone with his first bad. No, bad season. He might not have been up to the level since the injury.
But last
season, can we not say the same thing? Can we not say the same thing with Fabinho?
We almost won the quad. Van Dijk was bad. Van Dijk was still the best centre back.
Hold on. But can you not say the same thing with Fabinho? This is his first bad season.
No, because I was getting onto Fabinho that season as well. Flores can vouch for me.
When were you getting onto him?
Fabinho was not as good in the season. We almost won the quad as what people.
Yeah, and I said the same thing about Van Dijk. Since his injury, he's been shaky.
Just because Van Dijk wasn't at the level he was before the injury, which was a supreme high level.
Can I not say the same thing just because Fabinho hasn't been? Can I just say the same thing just because Fabinho is not?
What's the overall? What's the overall point you're getting?
I still think Fabinho's good. I still think he's quality, and I think if you fix your midfield issues, I've been saying this last season that Liverpool's biggest problem is their midfield not working again. That's why your defense looks bad, and that's why the likes of Trent gets got at, and why Van Dijk looks bad.
That's
if you fix that midfield, if you flood it with legs,
I
think you see Van Dijk look great again. You see Trent not get exposed.
Of course,
you see Fabinho look good again. That's my point.
I think Fabinho would look slightly better, but it's not up to the level that I want. He'll never get back to the level that I want Fabinho because
Do you
I don't
think Van
he's
Dijk can do
capable
that,
of
though, Ryan?
anymore.
Do you think Van Dijk can do that? Because
I
I'm
can
not
say
sure, bro.
Fabi-
The level of drop off
with Van Dijk, I'm just asking for him to get back to the level he was in the season we almost won the quad. That was after the injury at the end of the day, and I thought he was the best centre back that season. But he got into everyone's team of the season, rival fans, without anyone debating it. He was quality that season, so all this revisionism, Van Dijk wasn't good.
I'm
that
not
season.
doing
He was still the
revisionism.
best
I've always
centre-back
thought
around
this. I'm not
that
doing
season.
revisionism.
Nah,
No,
he
I
was
don't
good.
get-
He
and
was
that
he
was
was
after
he was
the
good. No.
injury.
With the season they almost won the quad, Van Dijk was good. Was he at the level he had been at previously? No. But was he good that season? Yes. We're not gonna act like Van Dijk has had bad
I
season.
think that's fair.
That's
No,
why he's the
but
best
can I not?
defense that
I can say the
season.
same thing
And
about
he was the main.
Fabinho.
He was the main denominator in
yeah,
that.
that's true. But for the difference is though, Prime is Van Dijk. Fabinho's drop off was much worse than Van Dijk's. He was horrific.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
He was horrific. He wasn't just bad. He was horrific.
But I
He
can
was
say
horrific.
okay,
That's-
I can say
that's
the
what
same
it is.
thing.
And
About,
the
I think
fact-
I can say the thing.
And the fact, no, I don't think Van Dijk was horrific this season just gone. Bad, but was he horrific?
He was bad,
No.
but he wasn't. He still had some good games in
Like
there.
you're here talking about, Fabinho put legs around him because he can't do it no more. You're not saying
No.
with Van
Yeah,
Dijk.
but he's
Bro,
always
what's
had.
it, what's it, what's it?
Fabinho's always had. the
Yeah,
legs
we have
around
breaking
him.
news.
No,
fam.
he,
Breaking news, but this is big breaking news. It's like big breaking news here. Manchester United reject 20 million offer from West Ham to sign Harry Maguire permanently. David Moyes keen on England centre back, but unlikely West Ham United will push again amid feeling 30-year-old wants to fight for Man United place plus salary also an issue.
Alright,
So he's
let's
not
go
going.
there. So what was it? Someone put the actual tweet in the comment section.
20 million
please.
pound that you
They're saying
rejected.
20
I
million.
put it in the private chat.
Should have fucking told that, man. Fuck. We just
And they're not gonna go back in apparently now. So
Man said, "Shut the fuck up."
Should have fucking took that, man. Like, why the hell did we not just take that money?
you
man?
can hold that for us, bro.
Take
You
them.
can
Why
hold
we
that
take
for
them
us.
money?
It's in the private chat, by the way.
Bless up.
I said it in the chat. It's in the group
Yeah,
chat.
no, but
No, the normal one,
we
sorry.
hate anyways.
You could do Maguire up top in your team. We'll probably get more goals than your attackers. But Manchester United reject 20
Mate,
million
I was
offer
for 20.
for West Ham to sign.
You
Harry
would do
Maguire
what? Sorry,
permanently.
Flawless. You do what?
No, I
What's
said
the
Harry.
20 in the chat?
I said you could do
No,
with Harry
no,
Maguire up top in your team.
not you. What did Ahmed say?
I have no idea. Go on. Ahmed, what did you
What
say?
did
I
you say,
said I
Ahmed?
would score 20 in the Chelsea in the Chelsea team.
Under 12s.
No, listen, the senior squad, man. Don't you worry about that, chief.
Yeah, all right,
Ah,
sure.
man, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll just
Somalian
move on.
Pele, you heard that?
We'll just move on from it. That like he didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Because you making is that you making noise? Someone's typing with their mouse and all that.
No,
Sorry,
bro.
my bad.
Right.
It's supposed to be
I
this
just
time.
presume when I hear
Sorry,
typing, I just presume it's you, Ahmed. That's what it is.
No, if I'm typing, this is my typing.
Yeah, I know. I
You'll
just
hear
heard it,
that,
and I was
see?
like, it's normally you. Like when you came on in the washing machine, it sounded like it was gonna.
I
take off.
genuinely didn't know the washing machine was on because this is
It's calm.
noise
No
cancelling.
stress, man. It's all good.
The
City,
what's what you think was loud as hell. But go on.
yeah, Manchester United reject 20 million offer from West Ham to sign Manchester United permanently. David Moyes keen on England centre back, but unlikely. West Ham will push again. Amid feeling 30-year-old wants to fight for Manchester United place plus salary also an issue. We should have took that. We're probably looking for an extra 10 million if we have to pay off his wages. Say it's 10 million as well.
Actually, I actually
that.
do.
Get him out
I
of the club.
I do want to know how much United wanted. I actually do want to know.
I think probably
You don't
30
think
to
you
40.
could get more? Because if you're getting 40 mil bids for Conor Gallagher, Harry Maguire could go for like 30 minimum.
It's just it's
It
an
doesn't
extra
work- it
10.
shouldn't work
Is
like
it just you want him out? I understand.
Yes.
I understand.
The
It's
problem
like,
is
we
though,
just- we
Ryan.
It's like the way I was with Henderson.
The problem, Ryan, is Gallagher actually got bidded for 45 million by Everton in January. That's why there's almost like a set price for him, like automatic in the market, because someone's already bidded 45 million for him. So if you bid 45 million again for him, then
I
that's
hear
probably
you,
the
I hear
price
you.
you'd ask for.
But then United probably want to think, oh, they want to, they don't, because they pay so much money for him a few years ago. And I know it's a few years ago and he's been trash. They don't want to just get 20 mil from that. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Just move.
I understand
move him
the
on.
way you just want him gone. Yeah, 'Cause
20
it's the way I
million
was about
is-
Henderson.
20 million is an absolute steal. He's not worth 20 million. We were just talking about Henderson and Fabinho bad seasons. This man hasn't had a good season in 3-4 years. What
I
are we
think he's
talking
worth
about?
30, man.
Oh
I
yeah,
think he's
but
worth
you know
40
how
million,
is he-
40 mil for Fabinho as well?
How is he How is he worth 30 million and he hasn't had a good
I
season in
winked
3-4
flawless.
years?
I was
You know what I'm
winking
saying?
flawless.
Oh, I
was
didn't
winking.
see the way. Yeah.
Come on, I swear to God, you was wicked. I swear to God, when I said that, bro.
This guy, yo, with a passion show, man. This guy.
Wait.
People talking about he's
Ahmed,
worth 30 to 40 million.
Wait,
What the
Ahmed,
fuck?
why are you linking? Why are you winking at man?
What do you
And
mean?
to Emma,
There's
who
nothing wrong with
says
that.
more like we probably have to replace him. I think we don't even have to replace him. We've got 4 centre backs.
You've replaced them, Johnny Evans.
We have
That's
that,
true,
and
you've
John
got
Evans is a better
centre-backs.
centre back. But the
You
thing
even
is,
got
we
Luke
actually
Shaw.
Yeah, that's-
we
yeah,
have.
that's
That's
your
my
better
point. Is
centre-back.
Luke Shaw? We have 4 centre backs. Why are we again? This is bad. This is something for Manchester United fans to be annoyed about. This is bad. Unless we
I still think you get
sell
a
him
centre back
on,
as well on top of
unless
it. Like,
we
I
sell
think you
him
will
on for
get
more
him.
money, this is terrible. If he's still here, that's on us.
Flawless. This goes back to your point. I think you
That's on
said
us.
on. Maybe you said this on the Arsenal United show. I'm not sure. But you said Ten Hag, when he's talking about foreign players, you trust him. But when it comes to the Premier League, his idea is dodgy.
Yeah, I don't think he's the one who's rejected this deal, though.
No,
don't think it's
I think it's the board. I don't
Yeah,
think.
I agree.
I highly doubt
Yeah.
that bid's come in and Ten Hag's gone to whoever in the Manchester United hierarchy and gone, no, how dare you? No, we need to reject that bid for Harry Maguire. He just stripped him of the captaincy.
Yeah,
he was
it was just a
he was
club.
fifth choice.
Yeah.
He was 5th choice centre back last season. Like, forget what Ten Hag says. Actions speak louder than words. Look at how the manager the manager replaced a centre back with a left back. Luke Shaw plays ahead of you. There's many a times you've been fit and able to play, and Varane and Martinez were both unavailable, and it was Shaw and Lindelof. They were 3 and 4. Whoever you put 3, whoever you put 4 to, you were 5th
Can I ask
choice.
you a United question, Flawless?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, sure.
Because when you lot get Amrabat, because you are getting Amrabat, let's be honest.
I hope so.
No, you definitely will. Because he's
Say
cheap
so,
as well.
say so.
It's a good price.
Hey, I don't put no. We just rejected 20 million for Harry Maguire. I can't believe we got that.
Nah, I think you will.
I just don't trust these.
I think you're trying to get Hoyland over the line and then you get Amrabat.
Yeah, I just don't trust these men. You know what I'm saying? But go on.
Flawless, it's fine. The sky's not falling, man.
No,
because I was
A
talking
piece of
about
it just
this
fell.
on like I was talking about this with United fans and Amrabat. It's like surely he's like only a squad player because Casemiro's going to start. Bruno's captain, so he's definitely going to start. And then Mount, you paid 55 million, high wages, and you gave him the 7 shirt. Like surely he's going to start.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
wouldn't Amrabat just be a squad player?
Yeah, he's the
Maybe
replacement
used
for
for
Fred.
certain games like when you're playing a City away or Liverpool away, you pay a double pivot of him and Casemiro maybe, but like
Yeah,
he'll
you're
just
spot
be a
on.
squad player for most of the time, won't he?
You're spot on. He's the replacement for Fred. That's who he is.
Yeah.
He's the Fred replacement because we're light in midfield. Because you've got Mount, who's come in, he'll play now ahead of Eriksen. Eriksen's a squad player. Fred's leaving. Amrabat in. Scott McTominay may well leave. McTominay may leave. That's Kobe Maino's spot. And that'll be that's 5. You got Casemiro, Mount, Bruno, Eriksen, Kobe Mainoo, Amrabat. So yeah, that would be that's not
right.
actually that's
Is he
actually
not injured?
about 6. Yeah, he got injured now, so we may even bump up a new youngster in that spot because he had a protective boot on, which maybe I've not heard anything in terms of when he's back, but I like that if that's the 6 we go into the season with, it's not a bad 6. I don't mind that whatsoever. Could be better because of the Mount shit, but other than that, I don't really have too many complaints over that.
But to be fair,
much better than last season.
To be fair, I do think though, we shouldn't also maybe have what's the wording that I'm looking for? We shouldn't count out the fact that Amrabat could potentially be more than a squad player for United in terms of like. We gotta remember, like, Mount came in because of big money, but I look at it the same way as the Carbs thing. If both of them flopped so hard, Taylor cannot continue playing them, or Ateta cannot continue playing Kai Havertz if he continues thinking of the place. So somebody's gonna come in. So Amrabat has definitely potential to be a start. No, this is just my opinion. If you disagree, it's okay. But in my opinion, if Mount stinks, is for example like the way Wan-Bissaka, I look at it, for example, as well. Like Wan-Bissaka was technically Deadwood, you can go. We're not even playing you. Just show up to training. That's it. And no, Wan-Bissaka actually has a meaning to the squad now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, I like the Amrabat deal because he's an improvement on Fred.
Yeah,
so that's what it is. We need improvements all over. He's an improvement on Fred, and then Eriksen's still in the squad. We still Bruno's there, Casemiro's there, Mount's there. We're moving out a lot of the deadwood. It's just that I think if we don't sell Maguire, this is a terrible move. If he's still here, then so I'm looking at United funny. Like we had the chance to sell him, and you lot were just being greedy. He's not worth 20 million.
Ryan, what was your question from me?
He's just moving on. But before you go to Shakar as well, who says it'll probably just be a bit of war with West Ham. They'll surely come to an agreement. I'm sure Harry knows his place.
They stopped going for Gallagher.
This is I hope like Shakar, I hope what you're saying is right. Like I said, if next week West Ham bid 30 M's or 35 M's and we sell him on, all right, we got extra 10 to 15 million. Cool. But I think we've missed the trick. Just not moving him on. 20 M's. Should have moved him on. Like, he's not even worth that. Before we continue, just under 50 of you lot in the building, big up. We're at 45 likes. Get us up to 50 likes, people. Just 5 more likes. Hit the subscribe button on the channel as well. And hey, get your questions in, people. In particular, members. It doesn't have to be on the topic of conversation we are talking about. And if you do indeed super chat, we'll get straight to your comment or question.
Okay, so the Prime as well.
I've got some boxing breaking news quickly.
Go on, hit me.
Yeah, because Conor Ben has apparently been now cleared by UCAS to fight in the UK. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you saw that. I can't lie to you.
I did. Talk. What's your thoughts on it? Obviously, we'll talk more on it on the show tonight. But talk.
I don't know, man. I honestly feel like UK boxing recently, when it comes to the drug situation, it's not looking good, bro. Like the way we've been moving, it's not looking good. That's all I'll say so far. I don't know if you agree with that, but because USADA, bro, is like the number one, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everyone uses it. That's like the best system to use. Mm-hmm. And if they have found you not once but twice, and somehow you're able to get around it because UCAD is the main one and everything, bro, that's not really a good look, is it? Like remember the fight as well that he was fighting was against a guy that was literally had to lose in water. Essentially, he was reducing his weight and had to retain had to retain the same way as well in between the fight so that he could be ready to fight you as well.
Yeah.
So it's very dangerous, bro.
Oh, absolutely. The problem is that there isn't like one governing body that rules all. So they're saying, because you mentioned USADA there, you mentioned UCAD, and there's things that are on the ban list for UCAD that aren't for USADA and vice versa. And I think also VADA as well. And I think there's other anti-doping agencies within boxing where it's like...
Yeah, WADA's the number one. That's the one that's used by everyone. Even the Premier League ironically uses WADA whenever they bring in their players to get tested in as well. So that's the one that's used majority in sports.
This is where the problem lies is because it's like, how can I can be getting tested by one anti-doping agency and I can take something and it's clear, but if I'm fighting in another country and I'm getting tested by someone else and I get found and that's found in my system, I get them found guilty. Everyone needs to come to that's the biggest problem. 2, there's no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no set punishment. So like for instance, like with law in this country, if you get found guilty of murder, you'll do 25 to life. If it's manslaughter, you'll get X. If it's theft, you'll get X. If it's robbery, you'll get X. If it's aggravated assault, you'll get X. If it's X, you get the point I'm making.
I get what you mean, bro, yeah.
There's no set punishments. It's like, all right, someone will get found guilty with one thing and they'll get 6 months. And then someone will get found guilty with the same thing, they'll get 12 months. Someone else will get found guilty the same thing, then they don't get a ban whatsoever. That's where the biggest issue lies. And there needs to be all-round year testing as well. Everybody should be tested.
That is USADA, bro. USADA is all-round testing. It's
no, but
testing.
I'm saying even when you're not in camp and you're
not
fighting,
they do that as well. That's what they do. So, but like, and that's the problem. Like, that's why if USADA gets you not once but twice on the same sample, then you're in trouble, big man. But the fact that he's been able to get around it by UCAD, because UCAD is the one that the boxing UK boxing control uses, saying, we didn't find anything in the system. Now he's fighting the UK against someone against what's his name, Eubank Jr., who's gonna have to do the same thing he did last time, where he's gonna be in physical and vulnerable danger, bro.
Now I think Eubank Jr. did say if they were to fight again, even though I don't know if that happens, because I think Eubank Jr.
No, it's been confirmed again, bro. They confirmed already.
When did he's fighting Williams? What are you talking about? Not Williams, Smith.
No. After his fight with Williams, it's confirmed that his next fight is gonna be
not if he loses. They ain't making that shit. So you think he's coming off back-to-back losses and he's gonna fight Conor Ben? It's not gonna happen.
He's not gonna come off. That fight was already prepared in it. They already did the fight beforehand. He's not. He's fighting Smith in the rematch. He's gonna lose again. Do you think Eubank beat Smith? After that performance, no, how real.
Exactly, that's my point. So he's not. No. But hey, with Conor Ben, we'll see what happens. He just needs to lean into being a villain. I've said this. He just needs to lean into be the villain
because he's not the only one. Listen, shout out to Fury. but he's another one. He's got a dodgy history, to say the least, of the drug stuff. And who else is the other one? There's another one I'm escaping from the UK. But it's been like a very big ongoing issue. Oh yeah, our boy that's fighting Dillian White. It's another one.
He got found guilty. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is that it's a serious ongoing issue right now in British boxing right now, it seems. And like we need to start tackling it. That's the point I'm trying to make at the end of the day.
No, I hear your point. I fully get what you're saying, fam. Well, see, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see Eubank, Conor Benn happening soon. Like Eubank Jr. have to get some wins. Then they'll sell it. He's gonna lose to Smith again. They're not gonna make that of back-to-back losses. They got to sell it. If Eubank Jr. loses and then comes back and then gets some wins, a couple wins after that, I can see it happening. 100%. I can. Large up everyone in the chat as well. Big up Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Every single time as well.
Can I just say something to Prime?
Yeah. Go on, man. Chat.
You were talking about Fabinho before, but you're honestly telling me we shouldn't accept 40 million for him? 40 million?
I didn't say you shouldn't accept 40 mil. My point was this whole thing of saying just sell him. He's washed. He's finished. Yada,
that's
yada,
Prime. Wait. Prime. That don't make no sense though. If you think he's still of quality, why should you sell him for 40 M's? That makes no sense.
I said that. Yeah, I don't think you should sell him. But if you're getting 40, then whatever.
Yeah,
I don't buy in that he's washed. He's finished. He had to go. But if you get 40 mil, then fair enough.
When I saw that 40 mil, I tweeted something like, take it and run, bro. Literally.
Also, who are you going to bring in to replace him?
No, that's what we have to do now, innit? Obviously, we might get Lavia in it. We might. I'm not going to say we will. No, but I think we should get someone on top of that, innit? Because what you have to remember is Liverpool were going for Lavia before the news about Fabinho and Henderson came out. So now, if we pay the same that we were going to pay for Lavia, and we've got an extra 52 million from the Henderson and Fabinho sales, we should go out and get another midfielder. By the way, I think we need the centre-back more as well, by the way. Just get me a centre-back, bro. Literally, that's what, just as long as I don't see...
What midfielder on top of Lavia?
Probably another defensive-minded midfielder.
Like who?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like who?
I don't know. That's the thing. The club's gonna have to do is because I actually think the DM market is pretty mid at the moment. I'll be honest with you. Like,
what's the expectation? What's the expectation for Liverpool?
Oh yeah, obvious DMs. You've got like Tchouaméni, Caicedo, but we can't afford them. And Tchouaméni.
No, I'm in agreement with you in regards to the market's not the best in terms of obvious signings. That's what I was saying.
And Ryan,
there's a couple of DMs I think would fit Liverpool perfectly, but obviously they probably don't even know the names of them DMs, isn't it? So
what's the expectation for Liverpool?
I don't know. I have to see what the window is, bro. Genuinely, I have to see. I can't tell you.
You're not trying to challenge again.
I am, but I can't tell you.
They ain't challenging, fam. It don't matter.
The window.
No. Whether they are, they're not. If your aim is to go and challenge again, having Lavia as your DM is not going to work out.
That's all well and good. Jess's aim is to get Beyonce. Aims is all well and good. It don't mean it's realistic. You know what I'm saying?
Shut up, Beyonce, man. My tweet.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? That's Jess's aim is to get Beyonce. Cam's aim is to get Selena Gomez. What's the aim? Let's talk realism. There's no window that they can have Prime where you think they're better than City. Why are we doing this? Why do we have these conversations?
I didn't say. When did I say better than City?
No, we're talking about. There's no. All right, so I'll go one further. There's no window they can have where you think they're close to City in terms of skill. What window can they have?
You can skill level or not. You can disagree, but like as long as you.
No, I'm asking. No. I'm asking your opinion on it, though. You're asking Ryan.
My opinion.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I think like again, I have them finishing second in challenges so long as they do what they have to do.
I have them finishing second, 110%. Yeah. Challenge is loose, but we don't expect them to win. So I don't think they're a Fabinho or Lab. I don't think Fabinho's the difference in them challenging or not challenging. Is the point I'm making. I was having this conversation with Ram on the United Liverpool show, in particular, a couple of weeks ago. It don't really matter what they do in regards to that. If Fabinho and Lavia was the difference between them winning or challenging for the Premier League, I'd understand it, but you don't think that, and neither does anyone else. So I don't get the whole conversation about it.
But this conversation we're having now, why if you're get rid of Fabinho, fine, whatever, cool. Yeah. But why bring in Lavia? Shouldn't the aim be to challenge next season? Lavia's not going to get
I
them.
don't think so. This
And
just there
Fabinho's not gonna get them doing that.
I didn't say, but I'm
No,
yeah,
so
but
my point is, what's the difference then?
I'm
You
just
might as well
like
go with
getting
the. You might as well go with the. You might as well go with the youngster.
Fabinho.
Wait. You might as well go with the youngster who's talented. You might as well go with the youngster who's talented to then maybe his levels raise up, because he's a great.
Lavia's an upgrade on Fabinho.
Yeah,
I don't care
okay.
what anyone says.
Oh yeah, definitely.
People are
He's
actually
definitely an
debating
upgrade.
that, but is it an upgrade? It was
It's definitely an
100% an upgrade on Fabinho.
definitely
I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
You can talk about this whole experience thing, and I hear that Lavia's only 19. He's had one season. I hear that completely. But footballing wise, Lavia will offer way more on the pitch than Fabinho did last season.
So
Also,
should,
that's the difference
should
between them
Lavia be your Lavia should be your main DM going forward?
I think so.
Long term wise, yeah. Long term, 100%. I understand why our fans are saying we should go. I agree. I think we need another midfielder, not just because of the experience thing, which I can understand, but also because of the depth. If you deep it, we're getting rid of Fabinho, which is the right decision. Henderson, which is the right decision. We're getting Lavia in, good signing, DM. But then our DM depth is Lavia and Bajkatic. And I think Bajkatic is a better 8 than he is a 6 anyway. So we do need another DM on top of Lavia as well for depth purposes as well as experience.
And how does your midfield? Hold on. How does your midfield line up then? What's Lavia, Szoboszlai, and McAllister?
McAllister, it'll be
That's
that.
a good midfield.
And okay. And how does that work out with Trent then as well?
How wait. Prime, is that not a good midfield? Wait, hold on. Prime, is that not a good midfield?
Not in terms of what Liverpool are supposed to be doing, which is protect.
Well, okay, so let's get to this. Supposed to. Okay, supposed to. There's no player they can sign that gets them to where they're going to. Who is the midfielder?
No. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard what you said.
No, I said not if not if the midfield to protect or someone on that right, like center mid or whatever, to protect Trent on that right hand side.
See, Prime. I think Prime, you kind of misunderstanding, because Liverpool don't play the same way as they did when Fabinho was there.
Exactly.
So Trent inverted.
Someone play with the box midfield in possession.
They play completely different.
Someone's still going to have to occupy that side, no?
That's why Trent is
Kanata, who's injured.
Listen.
Exactly, which is why we need a
That's what they need a centre back. See, but this one talking about. See, this one you have to. This one I'm trying to say, Liverpool. This what I said. That's why I currently said that I even have Man United playing above Liverpool, because they still need a centre back and they still need a DM. Until these two positions are there, and even some Liverpool fans say they need a left back, because obviously that left back can potentially.
I think getting a left centre back covers the need for that. If I'm being real with you.
Yeah, that's my point. But that's my point. So it's like, or let's say even that centre back has to replace Kudus because he gets injured, and then you still don't need. So you technically really, in best case scenario, you really needed two. But for this case, I understand only.
I agree. I think ideally we do need two. But I think if we get the right centre back, we could get away with it this season. But then next season we'd have to go and get another one.
I agree 100%. You know what? I have to see it work. Like Klopp, for me, Klopp wouldn't build this type of midfield if he didn't know what the consequences would be. Like Henderson is not like Szoboszlai and Henderson are completely different players.
Yeah,
Henderson, you can at least with Henderson, you can expect him to be like, I'm accepting the role that I can be the cover for Trent. And so Szoboszlai wants to go forward. He wants to be involved in the final.
Attacking midfielder,
He doesn't want to be there covering for Trent. And Klopp, I bet and I hope that he knows that. So yeah, and we gotta. It's just again like Liverpool. I don't think Lavia and a centre back gets them to challenge personally. And I don't think so.
They need so much more, and they have so many unknowns as well. Like we talking about attacks, their attack is good on paper. And this is me not hating. Obviously, I despise Liverpool.
The attack's the one thing where I'm like confident.
No, the attack's good on paper, but then that attack to go and win a Premier League is a whole different conversation. Very similar to Arsenal. Arsenal's attack is very, very good on paper. But when you are talking about going to win a Premier League title, the levels raise up. And that's where I'm at with Liverpool. Not saying their attack's not good. Again, people, it's got goals, it's got creativity. To go win a league title, I don't know, Salah, cool, certified. But the rest of them, I'm not putting saying, yes, you man are it. In Gakpo,
they haven't done it
Diaz,
yet.
Nunez, Jota, etc. Now you're midfield, you've got unknowns. Forget Lavia, because everyone's talking about Lavia, who is an unknown. McAllister's unknown at this level in regards to where Liverpool are trying to go and the pressure he's going to be under and under the spotlight. Because you can't get packed, being a midfield that gets packed 5-1 by Everton and it not be a talking point. That's not getting swept under the rug. Szoboszlai, who's just gone in as well. Then you're talking to the defence that also needs improving. Van Dijk, which Prime mentioned, Kanate being injury prone. How does Trent work? Can Robertson improve? So they got so many. It's not like, if their midfield sorted, they're good. Their other two areas on the pitch in defence and attack are also not problems, but unknowns in terms of the highest level. People are acting like it's just set, Szoboszlai and McAllister certified. On paper, yeah, it's all well and good. To win a Premier League title, different conversation.
I want to say a question, guys. Do you not think that the Liverpool might be putting too much pressure on Lavia because you're putting in this guy that's 19, 20-year-old kid into straight into the midfield as your main DM? It's the same thing I said about Santos. If it does come to the fact we don't bring the DM, that's going to be putting a lot of pressure on Santos as well.
Hey, pressure on
I agree with you, but I'd still rather him there than Fabinho. I'm telling
you. No. I don't disagree with that. I'm actually just making the point of
a point.
Yeah.
But put it this way, I'd have him in my midfield as my sole six.
Did I break?
If we didn't have Casemiro.
And the other thing is he had quite a few injuries. I actually was checking this out. I think
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, he does get injured quite a lot, to be honest.
And so you need to try and work out.
And so for me, the question therein becomes: okay, if you bring in Lavia, if you lose him, you're left with who? What, Bielsa?
Yeah, which is why we need.
This one realistically, this is what I'm talking. This is what I was talking about. Ideally, Liverpool need right now, if they really wanted to challenge and actually win a Premier League, they would need 2 centre backs, 2 DMs. You may argue even another attacker, definitely right back cover in case Trent gets injured. So exactly that. Liverpool are still there. There's still a lot to be done in it. But for this ideal situation where Liverpool can at least be a certified, definitely with all the top 14. I think Lavia and a centre back will do that for them for this season. I think if they get these 2 positions, I think they can definitely be certified top 14.
Yeah, and to TJ who says Arsenal don't have a striker to win a league, a trophy, yes, a league, no. I think they need much more than just a striker.
What do you think Arsenal need apart from that to win the league? Like a striker, I agree with. Surely they're not going to start. Well, they will start.
They need guys off the bench.
I don't think I think a Partey Odegaard right midfield is good. But I think that's a good midfield.
I have my doubts on that in terms of the midfield, the striker, and the centre back as well. I don't think Gabriel's good enough.
Do you think they need?
I also think that. I think that. But Timber's a right back, right? Timber's a right back.
Exactly.
Do you think they need a striker though?
Yes, they need a striker.
No, but I'm not talking about Jesus. If Trossard plays centrally, I think he's good enough to get them goals.
You see, I actually think Trossard would be better on the left and Martinelli down the middle.
It's not a question of goals, though, when I say this. I'm just talking overall quality. I don't think there's enough quality. Again, back to what I was saying about Liverpool. We're talking about going to challenge for a Premier League title. On paper, it's all well and good getting goals, getting assists, going on a great run, which they did. Winning a Premier League title is a different level of. We've seen Arsenal. We literally watch Arsenal crumble this season.
I think what Arsenal need.
Attackers. We're going.
Sorry, no, my bad. I'll let you finish.
No.
I think what Arsenal need.
Which is a quick one as well. I didn't mention is Gabriel Jesus. What he said, we got nervous.
That's the biggest problem with
that's what I want to add to. I think it's not quality, or maybe not just quality. Arsenal need to add. They need leaders and players that can.
Experience, bro.
Bring
I don't think it was a lack.
Hold on. They need players that can bring in a calming presence when things get happening. In games where you need to win and get over that line, you need players that in your squad, in your core, in your spine, that can say, "I've been here before. We can get through this, no problems."
I agree with you, Prime, but the only thing I disagree with you when you said it's not just quality. What you just mentioned is quality. That is quality.
I mean, I'm talking about.
I think he's talking.
I'm talking about like technical quality.
No.
That's a mental attribute. That's a mental attribute.
I'm saying I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying that is also quality. I put that in the quality bracket, even if it's not necessarily getting goals and assists from an attacker. Being a leader is a quality. You get what I'm saying?
It is.
Like being like knowing what to do with experience. So I've said this before. Experience one of the most overrated traits because you can be experienced and be crap. Because there's players that have been in the league for 15 to 20 years or 10 to 15 years who will do. If you want experience, you can go get whoever. Arsenal should just go sign Johnny Evans. Then he's experienced.
But wasn't that what Jason Zinchenko was supposed to be for Arsenal?
No, but Ryan, they weren't leaders at City.
No, that's true.
Exactly. But this one, and see, one thing I also want to say is that we gotta also keep remembering as well is I think you can't. It's a bit weird because again you gotta remember City never, and I say this about Klopp and not Klopp, Pep. People always say Pep needs a lot of money to buy his teams and players and stuff like that. But has Pep ever bought like world class players? It took Pep did buy players who had top. Exactly at the time when he
maybe Haaland.
Haaland, but this is my point where I'm trying to say Pep also developed these guys into these top players. So these players, that's why he didn't win this season. Obviously, adaptations in his first season didn't win it. But then I feel like he developed these players into these players that they are now in. Well, I feel like with other teams, if they want to, that hence why Liverpool were so successful in terms of competing because they built their core, and then that core got better and better, and also got more used to being in these situations, so they can compete to these levels on a consistent basis. That's why I never believed Arsenal was going to win the league because a lot of these guys never won, are not at the level in terms of quality, but two, none of these guys have been in these situations before. Maybe next season, I think they can adapt a lot better. That's why I think they're going to be.
Bless up, Ryan. I'm closing. Ryan, bless up. Great.
I also think Arsenal.
But that's why. Before you go, that's why I think that they're definitely going to. Because I think the team, for them to have a drop-off, I would be surprised personally. But obviously, Havertz is in there, so maybe that could be a big factor. But in terms of drop-off, I would be very surprised if they're dropping off massively and you're talking about a genuine top 4 challenge. But they should be comfortable in the top 4 because I think they have enough quality to do that. Plus, they have the experience being just comfortable in terms of winning games. A lot of teams don't really scare them like that. They impose themselves as well. So it's a lot of things that can't go into wanting to win the league. I think no team right now can. I just generally believe no team can buy players and then automatically challenge or win the league.
Yeah,
I just don't see it. I think it takes more. It takes more.
Yeah, it's much more than that. I do get it. Big up to Surfer here as well, who says tonight from 10 p.m. join Casually FC as we celebrate achieving 2K subscribers. Flawless will also be there to celebrate. Like the video and subscribe. Hey, big up the Casually FC gang. Big up Surfer, Marshall,
big up,
everybody else that you see over there as well, people. Make sure you head over there at 10 p.m. 2K subscriber party. Casually FC doing great work. So I will be over there at 10 p.m. So make sure you subscribe. Don't forget as well, people. All the shows on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube and Twitch channels, apart from Pro Clubs, fan calling shows, and watch-alongs, are available on audio-only platforms, people. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV, and you can listen just audio, because you might just not want to have the YouTube app open. You might just want to listen to it while you're on the way to work, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're at the gym, or you may just prefer to listen to your podcast in the traditional podcast way. That's absolutely fine, people. So SoundCloud, make sure you hit us a follow on there. Leave us a follow on there. Leave a comment. Spotify, make sure you follow us on there. 5-star us as well, and iTunes as well. Please 5-star us and write a review. The links for all of those are in the chat, and they're also underneath in the description of every single live stream. Make sure you subscribe to Ahmed's channel as well, The Bridge 258 as well. And Surfer says, more importantly, like this video and subscribe to the channel and the Twitch. Yeah, make sure you follow the Twitch as well, because we will be live on there 7:30 p.m. people on the Twitch. We'll be live on there. Members Q&A. So exactly like this Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, but it's the members edition. So rather than being joined by the panelists, so you know what I'm saying, no Ryan, no Ahmed, it's fantastic. You know what I'm saying? It's just the members. Yeah, hold that, fam. Hold that. You know what I'm saying? You got me with the Maguire thing. I'm still salty. So yeah. So yeah, people. Members edition, 7:30 p.m. on the Twitch, and then we're back at midnight here for the Madden United podcast slightly later. Myself and Eddie will be discussing that Harry Maguire bid being rejected.
Oh, Eddie was pissed in the chat.
Yeah, of course he is. I'm annoyed.
Actually, I need to ask Eddie a question if he's still in the chat.
One second, 2 a.m. people, Big Fights, Big Nights Only podcast. 2 a.m. Ahmed will be there. JK and Jesse, my 2 American Dons, will be there talking to big fight people. Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford preview. Big Fights, Big Nights Only podcast. That's the boxing show on Sarcasm City TV, and that's be live on the Twitch. 2 a.m. UK time, people. We got to that as well. When is the Community Shield? I'm not even sure. But anyway,
Next week Sunday.
Is it next week Sunday? All right, cool. But yes, we are going to close out, people. We are gonna close out. Love to everyone who has locked in. Just save the question for that Monday United. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule anyway, people. But this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in, and we're gonna raid Lewis because I believe he's still live. So yeah, go tell him Chelsea are gonna finish 10th. Big up.
There's not even that many chat that